gathering to celebrate Shabbat and Shavuot, to recite Yizkor, to remember those who are no longer with us. And we are also gathering to reaffirm our covenant, our connection as a people to God, to Torah, and to each other. This holiday, more than any other, is a day to acknowledge our community everywhere and every when. Standing at Sinai, our ancestors made a covenant with God, a covenant that would last forever. Our halakha tells us that no individual can obligate another person without their consent. And so Midrash follows and answers this problem in a very profound way. It says that every Jewish soul stood at Sinai together, from Abraham to Moshe, from Moshe to Ruth, from Ruth and David to David, from David all the way to Yemei HaMashiach, the days of the Messiah. In Sefer Ruth, when Naomi urges Ruth to return to her parents' home, Ruth says to her, El asher talchi elech, uva asher talini elvin, amech ami, ve'elohayich Elohai. This is usually translated as, where you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. All in future tense. But I don't think Ruth was speaking for the future. I think she is speaking about that specific moment in time. Wherever you're going right now, I'm going with you. Where you stay, I will stay, because your people are my people. Your God is my God. Ruth is not asking permission to belong. She is claiming her place with the Jewish people. Naomi, very importantly, realizes this and does not argue. She doesn't ask Ruth for documentation. She doesn't ask Ruth for proof. She doesn't question Ruth's sincerity. She doesn't say, come along, we'll wait and see. She simply lets Ruth journey with her. I worry sometimes that our community, and even synagogue life, we forget the lesson, Kol Yisrael Aravim Zeh B'Zeh, that every Jew is responsible for every other. Wherever we are obligated to care for another. We are obligated to show up for another. We mourn together. We celebrate together. We do this from generation to generation. We remember the past. We look to the future. To be responsible for one another is to make space for each other and to hold hands. Generally, our congregation is wonderfully welcoming. I am very proud of that, and I was proud to be able to come here because I knew that from the get-go. People are greeted when they come in, they are handed a siddur, they are told the page, but I know that sometimes people walk into a shul and we wonder why they're here. I met on Wednesday with the head of the Jewish Security Network. And it's an ongoing problem because when people are new to our congregation, to any congregation, sometimes others look at them and wonder, well, they're not regularly here. Who are they? Do they look Jewish? Are they really connected? Are they a convert? Family member. And sometimes those questions are spoken aloud. Sometimes they're conveyed with a look, some surprise, or exclusion from conversation. When that happens, people feel it. There are people who enter Jewish spaces carrying with them generations of Jewish memory, Jewish longing, Jewish trauma, and Jewish love, and the first thing they encounter is skepticism. And this cannot be who we are, because our story has never been a story about one kind of Jew. We're told, Ufaratzta yama v'kedma, tzafona v'negba, throughout the generations, we will spread to the west, to the east, to the north, to the south. Our people have lived in Persia and in Poland, in Morocco and Cochin, in Ethiopia and China and India and Iraq and England and France and Canada. Countless countries with countless foods, singing countless melodies. We have been touched, and we have touched countless cultures across the globe, and yet we are able to maintain our cohesiveness as one people. Recently, you may have read, the B'nai Menashe community returned permanently, at least began the return, from India to Israel in Operation Wings of Dawn. Their community over the centuries, many of them have actually converted away from Judaism to Christianity, and yet their community preserved Jewish tribal echoes. You may assume that from their name, B'nai Menashe. They preserved this across centuries, across continents, and like Ruth, they carried their Jewish souls long before anyone stamped papers or passports. Over time, yes, the B'nai Menashe converted to Christianity, but they never forgot their connection to us or to the land of Israel. Many have tried to define us from outside. We have been condemned as a people for having one Jewish grandparent. Anti-Semites have never cared if someone is Jewish enough. And knowing this, we should always understand the dangers of gatekeeping. Jewish identity should not be approached with suspicion or arrogance. Of course, this does not mean we have no standards, we have no sacred processes. We take conversion very seriously. It is meaningful and holy. We have halakha. And as the B'nai Menashe return to Israel, if they choose to become citizens under the law of return, they will have to convert. But otherwise, they could go through the process like anyone who chooses to move to another country. Jewish identity and connection matter. We learn this from our ancient texts. We learn this through people like B'nai Menashe. Every one of us came to our community through someone else's act of welcome. Maybe it was a parent or a grandparent. Maybe it was a rabbi, a chazan, a teacher, a spouse, a friend. Maybe someone just handed us a siddur when we walked into shul feeling a little lost, or made room for us at a Shabbos table. Our religion, our culture, our people survive not only because people guard the gates, we survive because our people opened the gates. In a moment, we will begin Yizkor. We will remember those who came before us, those who carried Judaism through the most impossible of times, so that we could be here today, so that we could honor their memory. And let us build the kind of community worthy of that inheritance. Let us build a community where every Jewish soul, past, present, and future, feels welcome. A community where, like Naomi, we know when to stop questioning and simply continue the journey together. A community where everyone who enters here can say, Amech Ami, ve'Elohayech Elohai. Your people are my people, Your God is my God.